Alright, we are live with some more Gruul Prowess this week. I did see some adjustments to lists. People actually starting to do well-ish with the deck again. There's a few changes that I made as a result. Mainly in the main deck, cutting a lightning bolt and cutting a lava dart to get the other 2 copies of mutagenic growth in. This does protect you from bolts, helps you push through opposing creatures. It's another free spell to kind of punish your opponent's tapping out or whatever. And then beyond that, it's just a solid card overall in terms of trying to protect your thing from bolts and galvanic discharges, etc. And sometimes you can clog up on bolts and lava darts. They can be instrumental at clearing the way, but sometimes they just are not the best deck in your prowess deck, or cards in your prowess deck. The sideboard did make an adjustment. We had 2 derevs last week. This time, going with Picker Poison. Now, Picker Poison is absolutely terrible against Chalice of the Void, which is probably the biggest enemy of this deck in terms of like one card. But I have seen some zoo lists starting to pop up again with one of the new cards from Bloomburrow and such. And it does catch an Adu if they say tap out for it on turn 2 or turn 3 without them getting a card out of it, and can catch a Shuko or an Urza Saga. So, well, it's not the most flexible card. It is a card that I think is pretty reasonable. The rest of the deck is pretty much the list we ran card for card last week. If you want a better idea of how that deck performed last week, go ahead and take a look at last week's stream. But I mean, we're the combo version, and really haven't seen a reason to go off of this yet. I haven't really played any other prowess decks in a minute, so I mean, in some regards, I don't have much frame of reference. But let me make sure that I have the right deck here. Do indeed. But I've just been thinking this deck's been doing pretty good. Like, if I can do, say, 50-50 against the removal heavy decks, whether it's Jeskai or Boros Energy, whichever, Boros Energy, Mardu Energy, and then can do reasonable against Eldrazi, I'll accept having a weak matchup to the frog decks, basically. So that's a matchup eventually we'll figure out, because I have a feeling that deck won't be going away if Wizards actually decides to ban Nadu here this week, or as I guess that next week. I think that BNR is actually next week on the 26th. So hope everybody's having a good weekend. Sorry for a little bit of late start on the stream. Had some other recording to do for some of the other channels, and some life complications, meaning that certain other things need handled prior to getting down to streaming business. So first match is up. So I'd like to play first. On the play, one hands are just such a gamble. We gotta be disciplined in Mulligan. Keep this one, put back a Swift Spear. Put back a Swift Spear, or do we put back a Soul Scar? Guess we put back a Soul Scar here. Trying to be more disciplined with my mulligans, because I do think that punished us a little bit last week. So, and our opponent has had some type of effect they could have revealed, so clearly there's some type of companion deck. No, companions get revealed before mulligan decisions, I believe, so. Energy, go figure. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Alright, so... I think we go ahead and plot... Drop her into Galvanic Discharge, get a bunch of energy. Can we draw another combo card? So, how much damage can we deal this turn? So... this would put us to... Problem is we don't know if they're ever going to tap out again. Just going to pass. Going to use our Surveil land to try to find... I think we get rid of that one. Immediately draw another land. Okay. Interrupter. Sure. Flage. Yep, I'm gonna hit us for 4 here. They did not. Okay. All right, go. Galvanic Discharge. Good grief. Good grief, that's ridiculous. And we're dead to bolt regardless, so. Alright. 2 copies of Unholy Heat. 2 copies of Snakeskin Veil. 4 Questing Druid. 2 Crypt. Nope, not Picker Poison, Crypt. Basically almost all of our combo cards. Scale up. Genogroph's an okay card, but try it like that. Select my first. We'll reveal their Gigantha. Good grief, mulligan. Sounds fine. The question is, which hand am I putting back? I mean, card. Turn off auto yields. Slick shot. Mm-hmm. That'll be a second energy. I think we actually attack here, force our opponent to actually use a removal spell. Mm-hmm. Shock it up, shock it in, let me begin. Alright, max out the top 2 cards of your library until your next end step. See where they go first. Seek the Beast. Two lands. Alright, so currently I have +4, +6, +8. We'll let it happen. Okay. Don't think. So +3, +5, 7, 9. Yeah. I think I should have gone up on the removal and gone down on these reactive cards, or these quote-unquote combo cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Bloop. Basic land. Slick shot. They have 2 removal spells that kind of get us. Sure. Force you to burn all of your energy. Alright, that was a pretty bad showing overall. Yeah, I should have left, shaved some of the mutagenics and left in the removal and played the controlling role we've had much more success with. So, you live, you learn. Take out all the assault strobes, take out all the okay, one lander again. Sand is alright. Keep back one of the mutagenics. Turn one, grief. Nope. Go. Karn, sure. Do you even get here? Trinosphere, sure. Can't activate it, which is kind of annoying, but doop. Your opponent for a lot. Unholy Heat's in. Snake's gonna pick your poison in. These lava darts can go out. And 2. Well. Just take out the bolts as well. Probably the worst card in our deck. The only reason I'm leaving in Unholy Heat is deal with Karn straight up if they take it up or something. Be a great hand if we had a creature, but we don't, so. This would be a great hand if we had lands. Sand will have to suffice. Turn 1, yep. Turn 2 Trinisphere. Tower. Dismember. Trini. Okay, command, right? Alright. This hand's fine. Probably one more land than we want ideally, but we can make use of 3 mana sometimes. Grove of the Burn Willows, eh? Play around bold here as best we can. One has to react or they're just dead. Can only presume we're up against Breach version of Eldrazi there. Activates an ability or artifact. Does the mana ability deals 2 damage to them. Okay, so not really what we're looking for here. Probably these out. These in. Call it a game. This hand's fine. Devour of Destiny on a 7-card hand. That's mildly terrifying. Keeping this fetch land in case we get to So what I should have done here is I should have played the fetch land since we're not going to use the extra mana this turn. Do they go to remove one of our creatures? No, they do not. With this. Pass. It looks like they're just making progressively larger and larger Kozilek's commands. Through the breach, what you putting in? Alright, moving on to game number 3. So I'd like to play first. This hand is actively terrible, I think. This hand isn't great, but we'll keep it. It's possible, honestly, we should have gone to 5, because Unholy Heat's a pretty terrible card in this matchup. Honestly, the two hands weren't terribly different. The first hand being Soulscar, Soulscar, Soulscar. Pick your poison. Besides the lands, might have had more utility than this. This one, at least, if we draw either Devourer of Destiny. Shocker. Okay. Okay, so clearly they didn't want a fatty in their opening hand. Alright, that's not terrible. I'm just going to shock in. Yes, we're dead to Breach Emrakul, but I think I'm okay with that outcome. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything major here. Trinisphere kind of qualifies as something major. Okay, opponent's got 4 Eldrazi mana. 5 mana overall. The One Ring, of course. Land? No. Cool. Down to blow up one of our lands. Or is this Devourer of Destinies? Nope, time to blow up one of our lands, and we have no prayer. Okay, cool. This is a fun game of Magic. Okay, so we were never playing a game of Magic again. Got it. Okay. One lander is absolutely terrible, or one creature is terrible, but we keep it. See what our opponent is working with. Thoughtseize. You get nothing. Archive trap, yay! People are actually playing mill in this meta. Yay! For crying out loud. Dirt in. One unholy heat in. Okay, we'll keep the sand. Yep. Don't activate a fetch land unless you absolutely have to. Okay. Basic island, sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Don't think we bring in Tormod's Crypt. His hand isn't great. Blossoming Defense, Mutagenic Growth, and Scale Up. And then pick your poison and Snakeskin Veil out of the board. Again, don't want to crack this fetch if we can actively avoid it. Opponent basically has one removal spell. This game's over. Okay. Can I end the game this turn? So this is +4. This is +4, right? This is a turn 2 win. So this prowess to 2, mutagen growth to 4, monstrous raise, prowess to 5, monster roll token to 6, 8, 9. It basically is, in fact. Basically, it's in fact Odoil. I mean, it's basically Gruul Infect without the infectors. I mean, the positive is it gets to play removal spells, whereas Infect doesn't really get to. I think the negative is that technically, Infect right now gets to play Nadu if it wants to. All right, we'll keep it. Five color, maybe in Commander. I don't know about Modern. We're up against Eldrazi again. So the opponent has another. We'll log the Defiler. I'm not playing around any bolts or anything. I'm gonna hit with be hit with a Through the Breach and die. 6 mana. Kozilek's Command. Looks like our opponent's going to kill this and scry. Draw. So we have 5 currently lethal draws. Another Through the Breach. Alright, well. Same thing. These guys in. These 6 out. It's possible I don't even want Unholy Heat. I just want to go a couple copies of Questing Druid. What's up, Foz? Maybe, maybe not. We haven't had the best night against Eldrazi so far. We're 1-1 down a game in our 3rd match against Eldrazi. And yeah, we'll keep his hand. Alright, so mutagenic growth is +3, +4. Salt Strobe. Okay. So can we kill them this turn? Ignoring the possibility of a dismember. So this would be +2, 1 to each. So 2 power. This, say here, +3, so 5. Not quite lethal no matter what we do here, so we wait a turn. Moonarch Aspirant type creatures and in fact before. I don't know. So So beta Kozilek's command if they have one. So they currently have a Devourer of Destiny in hand. They're drawing a Devourer of Destiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curious if they go for removal plus chump blocker. He was talking about playing a 5-color version of Infect Fuzz with all the best Infectors and Bump spells. Kind of a meme deck, but you could probably include Luminarch Aspirant and stuff, something like that. It's going to be great if we had a second land. I think we mulligan it. Don't get... yuck. Good grief. This hand is not good, but... Turn 1 Ancient Stirrings. Yep. Eldrazi Temple. Okay. We getting breached this turn. So I might go spawn, presumably Eldrazi Temple here. Yeah, Necrodominance is definitely legal. This was a misplay. Should not have played this Mishra's Wobble out. I'm going to miss a Prowess trigger next turn. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. Alright, so how am I realistically winning this game? Opponent's drawing through the breach. That much we know. We don't know if they have a fatty in hand. Seems unlikely because they've played two Ugin's Labyrinths without so we lose if they have a fatty for that, whatchamacallit, regardless, so just gonna roll with it. Alright, well, so whatever that last card in their hand is besides Breach, it's gotta be a dud. I don't know what they wouldn't have played. Because any fatty would have been okay, this is Breach. Annihilator 2. Alright, let's see how they attack. I don't think there's any way we can survive this? Question mark. Oh, okay. Apparently their hand wasn't a brick. They just didn't want to hit us for Annihilator too. Okay, sure. One and two against Eldrazi, specifically the Breach version. We lost to Mardu Energy, and we beat Mill. So actually, you could just play straight up reanimate, not reanimate. What's the 1 mana reanimate things, 3 mana or less, with Unearth. If you wanted to go black green Necro or even but yeah, Postmortem Lunge would give it haste, so I could see that being yeah, I don't think I like the Eldrazi matchup. I mean, I think we have certain draws that can certainly get there in that matchup, and I think all 3 Eldrazi matchups we went to 3 games, but I just don't know that I like that matchup. Energy, still 50-50, and Mill, who the heck knows? Like, Mill doesn't show up enough to be relevant, so I'm not even going to waste energy thinking about that matchup. Yeah, I think this deck's been fine. I don't know that it's the answer to the format, but it's felt fine. This week a little bit, obviously not as good a performance, but still pretty reasonable overall. As far as the bolts and the lava darts over the mutagenic growths, I think it's a little bit worse in our post-board configuration against energy, specifically because they're usually relying more on galvanic iteration or galvanic Galbolt than not Galbolt. Galvanic discharge rather than bolt to kill our creatures a lot of times, so mutagenic isn't guaranteed to save. Mutagenic helps with the combo turns a little bit. I don't know. Felt like we didn't just didn't run quite as well this league. We had some spots where we worked, and then we tried to play a little bit of a longer game and then get punished by breach and such. So that's the difficulty of playing decks like Infect and stuff, is just you run into the wrong combination of factors and your deck can feel like pretty much trash. But yeah, well, thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Foz, O'Doyle, everybody else hanging out in the stream. If you like modern Prowess content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a follow over on Twitch, MTG_Nexus, and hope to see you for next week's stream. See you guys.